to be my guest. Today we have the honor of having Praveen and Sunanda Sahai from Acton, Massachusetts. Praveen and Sunanda Sahai have been the residents of Acton over 10 years. Sunanda is an artist, organizer of Essence of India and the coordinator of Acton Boxborough Cultural Council. And Praveen is a venture capitalist. He is a part of an annual music festival called LearnQuest, slated to perform this weekend, and also working with another group to create a museum of India called India Discovery Center. Welcome, Praveen and Sunanda. Such a pleasure to have you.
It's great to be here. Thank you for the invite.
You are more than welcome. Praveen, we'll start off with capital venture.
Okay.
What, for the audience, how do you define that?
When you look at the capital markets, there are two categories. One is called public equities, and the other is called private equities. Public equities is any asset you can buy in the public markets,
right.
And private are private transactions. And in private capital has two broad categories. One is called sort of growth equity buyout category. The other is called venture capital.
Oh, okay.
Venture capital is a subclass of private equity, and the goal of the venture capital is to find and back entrepreneurs who are bringing very innovative solutions to the marketplace that can spur the growth of the industry or change the industries in many ways. So, most of the technology companies that we know about, from Google to Facebook to Yahoo or Intel or Microsoft, Amazon, and these are all venture-backed companies. And the venture capital, therefore, is responsible for turning the evolution of most of these industries going forward.
So tell me about your investments and how do you select your investments and what do you look for?
So most of the venture capital firms tend to specialize in certain sectors and industries. The place where we specialize, our firm is called Wave Equity Partners, and we specialize in very select industries which are renewable energy, food, water, and waste recycling. By definition, these are industries that have very strong environmental impact.
Very important to live in your everyday life.
It is, and our goal is to find more efficient solutions which are going to reduce the impact on the planet.
Okay, well, that's a very good plan of what's going on and outline for that. So and now to get on to the next subject is your LearnQuest. So tell when is the event and what are some of the highlights of that event?
LearnQuest is a 10-year-old organization in Boston area.
And most of our children went through LearnQuest learning the Indian music instruments.
That's right. They have 3 educational centers, and their goal is to provide instruction in classical music and dance to children.
Right.
And that's an activity that goes week in and week out throughout the year. They also have been organizing an annual event, which is a festival of Indian classical music and dance once every year at Berklee College of Music, at the School of Fine Arts, as well as MIT. And this event attracts about 20 to 30 top performers from India who come here for a weekend or a week and showcase their art. This year, the lineup is excellent because this is our 10th year. And in fact, we are hosting one of the artists, Pandit Vishwamohan Bhatt, who will be staying for 3-4 days with us.
So what is it called again, if people are interested to look up?
Oh, all of the information is available on the website called learnquest.org. LearnQuest is one word. And the events are 3 days, span over 3 days. The tickets are all sold out.
Okay, so next year, let's look out for this next year this time.
Yeah, but if somebody is volunteering, they can see some of the shows from the balcony. But the tickets are all sold out.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So I know you're also with IDC. Can you share your vision for the IDC?
Well, IDC is the full form is India Discovery Center, This is a new initiative by people, by volunteers in the Boston area. And as the name suggests, the goal is to discover some of the key aspects of the Indian civilization. So it's a historical journey where the eventual goal, the keystone project, is to build a museum of Indian civilization.
It's very nice.
And bring out some of the facets which are important to us, not for historical reasons, but as things which can be pointers and can help our own understanding and help us live better lives. Because there are many legacies of the Indian civilization, including yoga, meditation, Ayurveda, which is the science of longevity, and many others. All of the arts, the folk art that Sunanda is so involved in. The sari that you're wearing is, so bring out all of these facets which can enrich our current lives and be pointers to our future generations of how to live a more balanced and enriched life.
Yeah, that's very important, and we look forward to that. We'll maybe have another episode just talking about the IDC sometime soon. So with that, I'll get on to Sunanda. You lead a very interesting life with lots of different things in the Acton area. But one of them is what we are mostly intrigued with is your art. And what kind of art do you practice?
This is an art from North India, and India being, before independence, India used to be different small countries, and when it united, each state came as India, but they kept their own art and culture. So each state of India has its unique art and culture.
So what is it called again?
This art is called Mithila or Madhubani painting, based on the region.
Okay.
It's known as Mithila. Mithila is the area.
Oh,
and the art is called Mithila art, that is why, yeah. So and this is a very ancient art which has been passed on from generation to generation, from mother to daughter, tightly kept secret about the motives and about the ingredients that they used. And initially when the art was, this art was done on the walls to decorate the walls, and the colors that were used were natural colors. Slowly, when people realized that this can be a non-agricultural form of source of income, source of income, then women began to do it from home. It was transferred from wall or mud to papers or fabrics. You are wearing the sari and I'm wearing the this is. So it became more and more commercialized, and people are doing it. It is still a very cumbersome process. And I can show you some of the tools that are being used.
Before you show me some of the tools being used, how did your journey start?
How did my journey start?
With art.
Yeah. So many years ago, Praveen came here for his business management study. And then I began to learn. That time, actually, right before that, I had finished my master's and I was teaching in a college and doing my PhD. I started that, and then Praveen had to come here. So, and with two little kids, instead of focusing on that, I stayed with my mom and I learned the art.
Oh, that's very nice.
But art can always be part of your life, and that is, my life definitely proves that. And when the kids were growing up, I think in 2007, I had an opportunity to have my first workshop in Peabody Essex Museum.
Oh, very nice.
And after that, I never looked back in almost all the museums in Massachusetts, including Museum of Fine Arts, Children's Museum, Danforth Museum, Fitchburg Art. So everywhere I have done workshops, and many schools, artist in residency, talks, juried show, all kind of things I have done for all age groups. So that has been part of my life ever since. And now I'm teaching from home, and my students are getting it up, and they're ready to
go out
spread
in the world.
Oh, wow,
that's
spread it out.
nice.
Yeah. Some of them are really very special, and I would say star. They love it so much. They do it all the time. So
that's very good to bring out the creativity in children, for sure, and with everybody.
It's also very therapeutic when you start doing it. It kind of takes you into a zen-like feeling, and then you do that.
And then you want to show us your tool?
Yeah, I just wanted to show. So initially, when I was learning, you know, so there were no real tools. There were nib-like things. So my teacher would take the marker. You know, she will pull the thing out and she will insert the nib. And this is a particular kind of nib. So she will insert.
We used to call it fountain pens. It is a similar
It's not
concept?
a fountain pen. No, there is no ink inside.
Oh,
so you basically dip it and
so
you
it's
do
like
it.
the very olden days,
yeah,
the
very,
way people
yeah,
did their little.
So that, and then next time when I went, it became a little fancy. We had the holder. So, and this you can see it's messy because
You use it all
yeah,
the
I
time.
use it all the time. So, but this is a proper holder for the nib.
Okay.
Versus this one, which when I was learning, it was just a marker and we inserted the nib. And then of course some of the brushes. So, and the way it starts, it's a very unique art. So this is something I'm working on.
Oh, right.
Want me to
It's
hold it?
already looking.
So yeah, it's a work in progress. You know, this is how it is done. It's a double outline. It has a border. Each line, if you look at it, it has a double outline. And there are lots of black in this painting. You do not see any blacks,
No, it's
but
okay.
everything is black actually and double outline.
So it comes ready outlined like that, or is your outline?
No, it's we do with pencil and then we
Pencil,
outline it like
okay.
that, and then we start filling it in. So it's a cumbersome process. It takes a long time. When my students are doing it, a small painting is taking them for more like 4 months.
Yeah, but I mean, the outcome, the end product is
It is,
absolutely
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and the story tells me, right? You tell me that
Yeah.
this is to significance of Holi.
This is significant of Holi, and Holi is a festival of colors. So that is why we have some colors also, and you know, this is how people sprinkle Holi on.
Well, it's actually Holi today, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, today is the Holi, and people are celebrating it in a big way in India, as well as here. I mean,
Yeah, and it's generally a full moon day in the month of March. It seems to come like spring,
more or less,
the
yeah,
start of spring.
The start of spring.
So that's
yeah.
that's how Holi comes
yeah.
about.
Yeah, I mean, it's welcome of the spring season,
season.
and then people start wearing cotton, lots of colors, and you're ready to welcome the season. It's basically change of season. So that is
in
how
this
it is.
painting, I think it's Krishna playing Holi with Radha and the other gopis in the village.
Yeah, see, every
And
piece
it's a-
of art tells a story
Yeah.
of that particular era. Of this one, for instance, is on Holi.
Yeah, especially my paintings, they all tell stories. I like to tell stories through my art. When I was growing up, I used to read a lot. And then I began to tell the stories, and now I tell the stories through my art. So these are basically painted stories.
So, what are your plans for the future with regards to art?
I still spreading, I keep spreading the art wherever I can. And also, when you dig deeper, there is a lot with folk and traditional art and tribal art. So this encouraged me to learn other kind of arts also.
Oh,
So I went to India and I learned various other kind of arts which represent different regions. Like one tribal art is called Wadli. It's from Mumbai. It's much simpler, and you can see that there are bright colors. That painting is made out of white color only.
Oh, okay.
Then there are different, and this painting has a theme, you know, mostly mythological stories. That painting showcases the rites and rituals of tribes.
Oh,
So that is
very
how it's a
interesting.
kind of contrast. And then, you know, Fud art and Kalamkari, which are kind of dying because of its cumbersome process. And sometimes the artists do not get enough money, so that is also a reason that art is not getting the kind of publicity that it should.
Unfortunately, that is true. People don't put
Yeah.
thought into what really goes into all of this
Yeah,
artistic
yeah.
things. It really
Especially
involves
the
a lot.
traditional arts, you know, which
Yeah.
are unlike the modern art, which you know, a lot of artists tend to do pretty well. But in the folk and the traditional arts, which are so much more rooted in our own cultures, often they don't get the kind of visibility and publicity that it needs.
But I think in the future, I think people are starting to retrospect
gravitating, yeah, people are
and
gravitating
looking
more and
back
more.
to see what their origins are, and
Yeah,
I have that feeling, and I feel very.
They are, and I think somehow I feel that in the US we are more keepers of traditions and than in India, where people are getting more westernized, even though the government is trying to restore and support the art. here I think we are the keepers of traditions, and because of my art, I received so much encouragement from the state also. I received the Massachusetts Cultural Council finalist award, several grants, and then apprenticeship award. So
Excellent.
I received so much encouragement from the state and the council and the town. So that is something, and that is why I'm able to teach so many students, and they feel encouraged from their families also.
So congratulations with all of that.
This is one of those, huh? What do you have here?
Essence of India ka hai
Ah,
That is
Okay.
the, that's the Acton Boxborough Council,
yeah,
correct?
this is the Festival of Diwali, Essence of India. Okay.
Yeah, so that's, so how did you start the Essence of India now that he brought it up?
My younger son used to volunteer at Nara Park, and I went there to pick him up, and I saw this beautiful place, amphitheater. I always used to drop him at the beach area, and I never realized that there is amphitheater. So one day he took me there, and I was just in love of the place. And I talked to the director, and we thought we should have some great festival here. And then I thought that we'll do something about India, Essence of India. So we began to do it, organize that. I found a just perfect partner. Her name is Seema Kapoor. So we began to do it year after year, and last year we collaborated with China. We thought that because we are doing it in we are doing it in US, so we should bring together and try to bring it mainstream, and that's the beauty of that's the essence of India, that diversity. So how different kind of cultures affect and how India affects other countries. So that was the whole idea. So last year we brought China, and it turned out to be a spectacular program. We did performances together, and we had several interactive booths side by side: Chinese brush art versus Indian traditional art.
traditional.
Similarly, Chinese craft versus Indian craft. Spices, and we learned that there are so many spices that are common between India and China. I had no idea that kite flying was equally big in China, so that is something I learned. And it turned out to be, so our Chinese counterparts also put their best foot forward. And they tried to bring many of their performances.
Classical music, dances.
A very interesting performances, Mongolian dance. Some of the instruments that they do not know who plays, but they found somebody for the event.
Excellent.
So, thank
and
you.
ActonTV covers the
Sorry. ActonTV covers it every day. Thank you so much. And then I received, the event received actually the Gold Star Award this year from the state Massachusetts Cultural Council. So this was an acknowledgement that they feel that the event is taking shape in a positive manner.
Yeah, and for those who want to still go and see what Essence of India was like last year, welcome to go to on the website. It's definitely up there.
Yeah, this is from the Senate. I think I brought something else. This is the citation we received from the Senate.
In recognition of Essence of
Yeah,
India?
yeah.
Excellent. So what are the plans for this year?
This year we are collaborating with Pakistan.
Okay.
And before the event, we are planning to have a game of cricket between India and Pakistan in the soccer field. So we will do the same way performances, and we will do interactive art booths, and it will be something very interesting. India and Pakistan used to be, before British rule, they used to be one country. So it will be very interesting to see how we are bringing the similarities, and yet there are differences. We will try to highlight that, and I think we'll do that.
That's an excellent one. And how are you going to get these teams together? Are they going to have many games before you get them together? Or?
Before the cricket?
Yeah.
No, we know that there are quite a few groups that are quite active in the cricket. And this year we are very fortunate to find a very dedicated Pakistani counterparts. Husband and wife are doctors. So they are taking lead in the Pakistani side. They connected us to a Pakistani group that plays cricket.
Excellent.
So they will figure out how to play in the soccer field cricket. And then
Right.
we will do, they were worried that initially that how the art is going to be different, and our costumes are different, but now they're figuring out that they have something very unique that they can share. We are thinking that we will bring the best thing out of our cultures, and it's time to bring harmony and peace.
Oh, for sure. And it starts right in our backyard, right? You don't think of bringing world harmony and peace.
Yeah.
And then
So it's about time, instead of focusing on politics and religion, we should focus on art and culture, and remind that we are one as a person.
Right, yes. And I know we did speak about the Gold Award and all of that, but you want to give us a little more insight into that? And
a Gold Award, each year the councils pick an event that they feel that is worthy to receive the award. So this year, this event was picked by Concord Cultural Council.
Oh, okay.
So each town from Acton Boxborough Cultural Council, we had picked another event for MCC.
Oh.
So and then Massachusetts Cultural Council picks from all the events from the state, they pick one event. And I was very lucky and felt very fortunate, or honored, very honored. That, and I had no idea. I mean, Concord Cultural Council picked it up. That was an honor enough. But when I learned that we received this award, that was a huge thing. I never thought on those lines.
And I'm sure you didn't even think about the awards or that kind of reward when that idea. Where you thought about the idea?
Yeah, the thought about, there were few things. I thought there should be one event which should be free to all. Instead of buying ticket, there should be a place when people can go, enjoy, and learn also. So when you come from the event, you should have the sense of enrichment. There are many interactive free booths where kids can go and they can get out something free. They do not have to think about money. So everyone can go. It is for general public. Everyone is welcome to come. Diversity especially. So Indians, Americans, Chinese, everyone can go. And another thing I was thinking that we do similar kind of dances or this thing. People have this image that all classical dances have to be long. They have to be certain ways. But there are very entertaining part of the classical dances, and that is and music. So that is why what I try to bring out from in Essence of India. So when people go, they feel that they have not seen this before, or they didn't know this is a part. If you have seen that peacock dance,
yes,
or the dance on the plate, so that kind of. And then one year we were able to have bring all the teachers together, and they had teachers dance in which they. They tried to bring all different classical dances together.
So Indian classical
those are
types.
And it was a fusion dance. So one teacher represented one classical dance, another.
So one did Kathak, one did Bharatanatyam, one did
Kuchipudi.
Yes.
So that was something very unique, and I heard that became very popular.
It was a much spoken about one. For sure.
I heard that. And music also, when I think about music, I focus on instruments instead of vocal, because of the language, this thing, not everyone will understand the language. So I focus mostly on instrument, and I think that Essence of India had a lasting impact. Many towns started doing event similar to this, or combining communities. So this is what the goal is, and I'm very happy about it.
That is excellent. So like you said, you had Pakistan coming in this year. So any other communities you guys thinking of getting together to?
Essence of India is supposed to be a series of 7 events. So after Pakistan, we will have 2 more events. The next event, though I haven't talked about it, there will be some more South Asian countries. And last year, for the last event, we will bring many more countries. I just want to keep that under covers.
So you're hoping to bring everybody together maybe in the last year?
That is what the hope is.
Sometimes it's good to talk about your goals and visions, even if it, then it'll materialize. Now keeping it on covers, you may not, somebody may come forward, who knows?
So I mean, the world as a one place. We are living in US, and the first thing is that we are US citizens. Whatever culture we bring, we all assimilate here. That has been the message of the event. And that will be the big message in the last event also. So the world, our place, it's one big place, and we should all come together.
We all are one global community.
We are one global community. So I would invite people, if they feel that they have like Brazilian dance or any that kind of performance, if they want a Russian dance, if they want to come and they want to be a part of it, they should reach out to.
Do not be intimidated. It's called Essence of India, I guess.
Yes, no. Essence of India presents world,
Cultures.
yeah, cultures of the world. Yeah,
We are the
it's
world, we are the
diversity.
children.
We are the exactly. That was the perfect song once upon a
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
It still should be playing all the time. So that's excellent. And how do people find you?
Through the website, I have my art website is colorofindia.com. So from there, people reach out to me if they want any information about art classes or any kind of information if they need about the art. And for Essence of India, there is another website called essenceofindia.org. So that is how they reach out to me.
So for those that don't know, very, very much about this particular folk art, and how do you bring the stories about, how the stories of, we already spoke about this being holy, but I do know you bring other books, other stories from the Mahabharata, the Ramayana. So I don't know if we have some time if you want to elaborate more about all of that and how you bring the stories out.
So Indian mythologies are very complex. So one story is woven into another and you can keep going about the story. So two famous mythologies are Ramayana and Mahabharata. So mostly we, because the area from where the art is,
Right.
Sita was born there.
Oh.
Sita was known as Mathili and she was from Mithila.
Oh, okay.
So the story goes that when she was getting married, her father wanted his public, his subjects to decorate their houses with auspicious signs of wedding and marriage signs, marriage processions, that kind of. So people decorated their walls, and since then the painting started, and that is why it's known as Mithila painting also. It is called Madhubani painting also. Maybe it started initially in Madhubani, or those artists became more famous. But it's a Mithila art. It's in Mithila art they all practice it together. And the interesting part is, even though it is a folk art, I have learned each time I go and I learn from somebody new, and each group has their own specific style of painting. Some people will, like if you see the faces not colored, some people like to color the faces. So, and there are different styles that they prefer.
So I guess, like you said, depending on each one's preference, and so those wedding festivities must be really, really out of this world with all these different painting and stuff. And I noticed that you even brought a little.
Yeah, that's on a piece of wood.
Wood, that's done on a wood.
Yeah, so
that is Krishna.
Krishna and Radha. That is Krishna and Radha too. It's So I just brought that to share. That was easy to carry, and So I should have brought, I guess, something about Rama.
And it's actually a very nice. If anybody that knows anything about Krishna knows, always with the flute, and it's always. That
and in this painting, you can see that the faces are colored.
Yes, that's what that's why I looked up there, because I saw these are not colored and those are colored. So it makes a very, very big difference in the whole thing, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was so enlightening to know more about the art, and just as well lovely to hear about all your ventures too. Thank you so much, and you're always welcome to be my guest.
Thank you so much, Amsha, and thank you so much, ActonTV, for having us.
And thank you
Especially
all.
on the day of Holi.
Yes. What's special to show off our colors.
Great.
Yeah. So all our audiences, thank you so much for watching To Be My Guest. You're always welcome to be my guest on ActonTV.org. And you can always contact me on flavorfuleats@gmail.com. Bye-bye till we meet again. And thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.